Welcome back to Ranch Hacks. We're in the house playing with some toys. I glued some magnets to the feet so that they can stick to the whiteboard so we can show some stockmanship. They're my son's toys. He wasn't super happy about the magnet thing. We'll have to buy him some more toys. But we can use these for demonstration purposes. So just thought this would be an easy way to break down the stockmanship and how it works, and I can stop and talk about it. We are filming live footage of all this stuff with the cattle, so you can actually see it work and believe it. Like, I know it's hard to believe if it's just shown on a whiteboard, so we will show you that. It is a lot of work to kind of get all that filmed and all that. It's a lot. But got the whiteboard now. I'm going to try every time something happens during the day with the cows that I think is worth sharing, I'll come in and try to break it down on the whiteboard and kind of explain it. So today, my main herd is in this pasture here. These are pastures, I guess I should say that. See, this is a fence line here, gate here, fence line here, gate here. Main herd was down here. 3 heifers broke out, got into this pasture. I left some bales out that I wasn't supposed to. Anyway, heifers were in the bales, went and got them. Heifers come trotting back, boop, 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 come back to this corner where the cows are. Cows all started leaving, heading this way, and there was a lot of draw for these heifers to follow them and go down the fence. Now, if I need to get this heifer through this gate, and then through this gate and into this main herd. If there was no draw and the heifers did not want to go down this way, and I needed to get through this gate, I would go on this side. This is how I do it. I just want to show you guys some of this. So I would get on this side of the heifers because they want to see what's pressuring them. They want to see what's pressuring them. So as you're driving them down, they're keeping you in their left eye, and their body is shaped that way because cattle want to go by you and they want to see what's pressuring them. So as you're going down the fence, and then you can turn into the hip a little bit more, that's going to cause them to want to keep that eye on you, and they've got to bend their body even more, which shapes them for that turn. So you come in, boop, heifers go in, that works really good. But when we're talking about pushing cattle in, some people will try this, and I just want to show you why this to me isn't as good a way, and that is trying to get on this side and push those cattle through. Instead of drawing their eye and bringing them around you, you're trying to shove them through the gate. So you're going to get on this side, you're going to take them down the fence, and you're going to try to shove them into this gate. But if you remember, they want to see what's pressuring them. So they're keeping that eye on you. You're going down the fence, you're getting closer, and then you want to try to push that shoulder over. But that's going to draw that eye even harder, and they're going to want to go out and around you. Like, you're basically telling them to go out and around you and push through the pressure. Now, I understand. One guy, one horse, one cow, easy. You can do this. You can drive them down that fence and you can push them through the gate. Like, for sure. I'm not saying you can't do that. But when you have a herd of cattle, it gets a lot more difficult, and you're also exciting the cattle a lot. You're pushing them, shoving them. They don't want to be shoved through the gate. They'll flow nice by going around you. So this is just a little sidebar note, but when you shove cattle, so if you try to drive into this shoulder to push them over, they're going to have to switch eyes. And I've noticed this. When you have excited cattle, or just any cattle, and you're trying to shove them over, they've got to switch that eye, and it excites them. Their adrenaline spikes. So you're pushing on that shoulder, they have to lose you in this eye and pick you up in this eye. And that really excites cattle. So I try not to. There's times you have to do it, and that's fine. It's not a huge deal, but I try my best not to. So say if I wanted to pick up this cow and bring her back here, now I wouldn't come here and shove her shoulder over to drive her this way, because now she's had to drop me and pick me up in this other eye, and that'll excite her. So what I would do there is I'd pick her up in this eye so that she'll come drive into the hip, and then I turn and go with them. So she's able to keep me in the same eye the whole time. That just really helps not excite the cattle. And they're just comfortable with it. That's what they want to do. They just want to drive around you. It works really well. But today, because there's so much draw for these heifers to go down this fence line, I can't go on this side. If I get on this side, they're just going to want to leave down the fence line with these rest of the herd, right? So I've got to be on this side, but I can do this. And this is what I want to show you is you can, so I'm going to drive on this side. So I'm going to drive them cows in. And as I'm getting to the gate, so they're watching me in that right eye, you can see they're keeping their eye on me. And then I'm just going to ride off at about a 45-degree angle as I get to the gate. So they're looking at me. I ride off and a little bit ahead like this, and they're just going to turn right into that gate. It's pretty neat. I'm going to try to break down what I think is happening with why they're turning into that gate. It's pretty interesting because I do this all the time and it works really good, but then when I have to explain it, I got to try to break it down and understand what's happening. So this is what I'm thinking. So as I'm driving them in, and as I, as I ride off and ride away, and they turn in, what's happening is as I ride away, I'm opening that distance between them. So now as I get far enough away, they're comfortable of turning and losing me in that eye and picking me up in the other eye. That doesn't bother them when you're away from them, and I'm not pressuring them. So, and I'm riding a little bit ahead, so they're thinking, oh, that gap's opening. I'm not worried about him getting me, but I don't want to go where he's going. I'm going to go this way. And I mean, it works really, really good. So that's what I'm thinking is going on there. If you're riding away, you're riding in, and you try to ride away, but you're still putting a lot of intent on that cow, you're probably going to still drive that cow around you. So when I ride away, I just basically, I'm there and I just ride away. I can look over my shoulder if I want to see them go in or whatever, but I'm taking all the intent off and I'm just going this way. And they just decide to go this way, and it works really good. And that's today's ranch hack. Thanks for watching.